Hi, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. I did a lecture for a class a few weeks ago. I believe it was a spirit guide meditation and attunement class, and people asked me to record the lecture. I usually do not record lectures in classes because it kind of throws me off my timing, which is what I'm working on. But it was specifically geared towards fear and how our spirit guides can help us. But I wanted to just do a more general talk on fear. I don't know if this is going to be one of my medium moments. I'll try to keep this to about 15 minutes. I don't know. Okay. So Eleanor Roosevelt wisely said, "You must do the thing that you think you cannot do." I believe there's a lot of wisdom in that quote. We all come into this physical world with a set of challenges. And from doing this work for a long time, I have seen that there is um, a connection of a lot of people in terms of what they have to overcome. Most of the time, it's fear. Fear can mean a lot of things. Fear can be fear of being seen, fear of being heard, fear of being wrong, um, fear of speaking your truth, all of these things. And I do believe, and what I've lived through in my life so far, is that if I do not conquer the fear of something and move through it, it will come back again and again and again in the form of a different person, a different situation, whatever. But it will keep reappearing on my path until I am brave enough to confront it. Once you confront it, it dissipates. Fear, once it's paid attention to, will take hold of you and it will paralyze you. Because this is a mediumship channel, and I believe most of the people that will be watching these videos are mediums or healers, I will stick to fear in mediumship and also fear in becoming the medium healer that you are meant to be if you can move through the fear. Silver Birch said as well that fear disturbs the atmosphere around you. And if I just stick with Spirit Birch for a second, he also talked about how us people, living people, well, they're living in the spirit realm as well, but living here in the physical realm at this time, fear, doubt, lack of confidence, unresolved trauma issues, all of these things are trapped in the energy around you and in your aura, in your energetic field. I'm not saying that the spirit cannot get through, but why not make it as easy as possible for the spirit world to communicate with us and through us for evidential mediumship, transmediumship, healership, whatever path we choose to do our spirit work in on. Fear, I feel, is the biggest one. It's the biggest barrier that we help create around us that limits the power of the spirit to get through to us. We start to spin, right? This is a problem because I know when we come into this physical realm, we are meant to overcome fear. I'm not talking about physical, fear of your physical safety. Obviously, then take care of yourself, protect yourself. Listen to those inspirations that might be coming through to you from your spirit guides or spirit protectors. If you're in a situation that you have to leave, leave. That's not what I'm talking about. But I find a lot of us, when we start on this journey, our mediumship journey, our healership journey, it's sort of like, who the heck do I think I am that I could do that? I don't want to be wrong. Well, you're going to be wrong because it's an ability that you have to build and have to practice. And the only way you get better is by doing and by your mistakes, by getting no's from the sitter. But getting a no from a sitter does not mean that you're wrong. Um, the evidence might not land, but you're doing everything right and giving what you get. And then the spirit world and your spirit consciousness, everything has to like readjust. So you will understand clearer what the spirit world is trying to get through to you. Or if you're a healer, to not be afraid in terms of how can I heal this person? How can I help this person heal, instead of just having true trust and faith in the healing energies from the healing ministries or healing guides from God, that they will work through you and give your healee, your patient, the healing that they need at that moment. You can never go, I feel, into the work of the spirit with fear in your heart. It's detrimental to what they're trying to do through you. The spirit world need brave and strong souls to be their voices here in the physical realm. That's all they have. Okay. So a lot of us are raised in a way, children should be seen and not heard. Stay in the background. Don't make so much of a fuss. Or if you all of you were like me, and I'm pretty sure everyone, we all share the same story as a child. If you were a sensitive child, being told why are you so different, why you're so weird, perhaps being sent to therapy um, for speaking to your imaginary friends or seeing imaginary people or making up stories that adults don't perceive. I think every child is born into the physical realm as a sensitive. I think children and animals sense spirit, cats especially, sense spirit clearly because they haven't had years and years of sort of people telling them you're making this up, it's not true, don't be such a weirdo, things like that. Their classmates yelling at them or making fun of them, their family punishing them if they are thinking they're fibbing or lying, or craving attention. So what we do, I find, with that conditioning is we learn to swallow our own light. We learn to dim our light, to move within the pack, to fit in. And I believe fitting in is a fear. It's a fear of being different, a fear of being unique. I am here to tell you, with the help of my team, you are unique. Accept it, embrace it, be you. Don't let fear of how people might see you or how they think about you affect your development and what you do on your spiritual path. This is your path. The way you perceive spirit is different than how I perceive spirit. How the spirit world communicates through me will be unique to me. That's me. You're not me, and I'm not you. So we're all unique, we're all different. So allow that to build, be authentic, be your authentic self. That's what the spirit want from us. They want us to be who we are. And they want us to do what we've come here to do. We are all here to fulfill some sort of mission that our spirit came into agreement with our guides, with the creator of what we're meant to do. And this is always about being of service, always about helping people. Do not let fear push you off of your purpose. It's very easy. It's very easy to remain asleep and not wake up to the spiritual truths of we're all connected. We are all one. We are all threads in the fabric of life. We're all drops in the ocean of life. We're all miracles. We are. It's a miracle that we're here. There was a book, I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared to really mention quotes, so I'm going to paraphrase. There is a book called Letters from Our Daughters by Cynthia Sandys and Rosamond Lehman, um, where Rosamond and Cynthia's daughters are in the spirit realm, and I believe it's Cynthia, who was a trance medium through her hand, trance writer, and the daughters would come through and write through Cynthia's hand of their experiences in the spirit realm. And there's one passage where one of the daughters talk about going to a chamber or a place where souls that are getting ready to incarnate back into the physical realm are waiting, and they're being checked. They're being checked for balance. They're being checked for how sturdy they are, because I believe one of these daughters asked their guides, well, why do they have to be checked? Checked for what? Because this is a very hard classroom here. and not all souls can handle this planet, this earth, this life. And then the daughter asked her spirit guide, well, where do they go if they don't come to Earth? And they said, well, to another realm or another planet where the energy and the gravity is not so intense. And that obviously popped another thousand questions in my mind. But I do like that quote because it really does help me understand and hopefully drive home my point that we're all brave. We've all been quality controlled to handle this existence. This is a classroom. We are here to learn. And fear is one of the biggest lessons we have to learn and move through. That's what we're here to do. Once we move through the fear and realize that if we just take one step forward towards something that scares us, all of your guides and some loved ones and spirit inspirers, those spirit people that are just interested in the way our mind works and our education and what we've achieved in our life or what we hope to achieve in our life, all of these beautiful spirit people will be with you. They will help you. They will push you forward. I cannot tell you the amount of times that I've done galleries, platform, done rather large lectures that have been very much outside of my comfort zone because I think most of us are sort of introverted anyway and enjoy our solitude. So I do start to get nervous, but I know, okay, this scares me. I have to do it. Whenever I do that and make myself take that step forward, I feel their support. I feel their love. And physically, I feel on my back, they push me forward. So, whatever I'm doing, giving a lecture, teaching a class, doing a reading, doing an assessment, doing a healing, doing platform or one on one, trance, whatever, I always feel my guides with me, calming me down. They can help me relax. Once I relax, I can do anything. But if you let fear take hold of you, you're giving it air and you're giving it power. So the only way to conquer fear, I found, is to say no. I will not have that. I will not be afraid. I will not dim my light. I will not be less than just to fit in and not to try. What if? What if? That's what I feel with fear always follows fear. What if? Well, what if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if people think I'm not so good? What if I do a bum reading? What if the healing doesn't seem to work? All of these things. What if, what if, what if? Yes, that's about feeding your fears. You're giving it life. If you get what ifs as you move towards something that scares you, you're not completely moving into the fear with power and bravery. If you get the beginnings of, well, what if this happens? Say no. What if it's great? What if it's wonderful? What if I end up learning something? What if I end up in a completely different space because I took that step towards my fear? That's where you should take the what if and switch it to, not on the negative side, on the positive side. You see? So I'm trying to just um, verbalize this in a way. You can't, if you say what if, that's where your mind's going. There's no point in ignoring it because it's already started the thought, but you can switch it in the middle. You can take the negative part of it. What if, you fail, people laugh at you, you do a bum reading, all of these things, switch it. Well, what if it's great? What if it's like the most fun I've had in a long time? What if I'm fabulous? Right? So switch it because mediumship is so much about your own spirit, your own power, building yourself, standing in your own light, not swallowing your light, not making your light dim. That's a big part of what we do because that the spirit, that's the instrument in which the spirit realm and God communicate through. That's all they have. We're like a radio to them, right? So they can adjust it how they have to in terms of helping us relax, helping us move into harmony. I do not believe that God or the spirit realm can really give us confidence and faith, but I believe they can gently nudge us towards the discovery of it within ourselves. We have to discover that ourselves. That's up to us. The spirit world will always help those who help themselves, but you have to do it and you have to move past the fear. Do not be afraid. There is nothing to be afraid of. The spirit world is with you. They're there to help you. They're there to support you. They will always show up. Spirit always shows up when you show up. I've never seen anything but that. If I don't show up fully, yeah, the link or the blend can feel a bit quieter, weaker in a way. But I know that's me. I know that I brought something in to my mediumship that I shouldn't have. Okay. So just be aware when you're going into a reading or a healing session, a practice circle, a professional reading, a semi-professional reading, wherever you are at this point in your development, just think about what you're bringing into that reading. All of these negative implants that we all have from hopefully well-meaning parents, teachers, friends, but to think about all of these things that are perhaps weakening your power, dimming your light. None of these unresolved healing issues or trauma situations that we're healing through, abandonment issues, imposter syndrome, all of these things, none of this belongs in the reading. You should move into the spirit work with full power and bravery and courage. That's what they need from us. And then they can work with you fully and clearly. No fear, people, no fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. We're here doing what we're meant to do. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is it that we're moving into our authentic selves and allowing the spirit world to work through us and inspire us so that we can be of service to God, the spirit realm, and to humanity and all living beings. That's a true spirit worker. Okay, we're such a small piece in the fabric of life, so to speak, but we're an essential piece. The spirit world can't do anything here without us. They need us. Think about that. Think about the responsibility that comes with, but don't let that paralyze you. You can fix that. You can shift that. Fear is something that once you give it a little food, meaning your thoughts, it's really hard to recover from that. So not everyone's going to be the sort of person where they run towards fear. Okay, a challenge. Okay, something that scares me. I'm going to run towards it, run towards it, run towards it. Great. If you are, fabulous. Then you don't need to watch this video. But for most of us, because we are so sensitive, because we have taken every thought, every action, every word that's ever been in our proximity we're carrying so many foreign um, implants, thoughts, feelings that aren't ours through our lives. Okay. So be brave, no fear. Just go out and do what you're meant to do. I promise you. Is it scary? Yeah, it's scary. When you see something that scares you coming closer and closer, or you're moving closer and closer to it, does your heart start to beat a bit quicker? Yeah, it does. But move through it. There is another side. And the other side is filled with light and strength that you never knew that you had. Okay. So heal through what you need to heal through and then let it go. Right. Don't use it as an excuse not to be brave and not to be that pure and clear channel that the spirit world wants. Okay. I'm not belittling self healing at all. I do it all the time and I'm aware of it all the time. Watch your reactions. Your reactions usually are a mirror of what you need to heal. Your healing journey is very important because that starts to clear you. It starts to awaken the realization that you can move through things and you can live through things. Okay. Grief, losing a partner or child, all of these things, you're not going to heal completely through them. I get that. I know that. But you make it part of you. And then you go out and whatever you've learned to live the best life you can with this grief, you help other people. That's the point. That's what I try to do. That's why I really do talk about my own journey a lot, because I know other people feel the same and have had the same experiences. But you want to be that clear and pure light. And that's your spirit. That's your strength. Okay. Be vulnerable. Be opened. It's within your vulnerability that you find your greatest strength. Right. So just to round robin it back to what Silver Birch says, fear disrupts, excuse me, the atmosphere around you. Okay. Why not make it your mission? Okay. So summer, here we are. We're in the summer, basically summer. Make it your summer of spirit and clear yourself. Find your courage, find your strength, and be brave. Do the thing that you think you cannot do, to quote Eleanor Roosevelt again at the end of this video, because I love that quote. That quote, I've had that on a postcard for like 30 years, and I just always look at it. Do the thing you think you cannot do. And I believe that's such an important quote because it's open ended. You do the thing you think you cannot do, and then you're free, and then you go on. Will other things come in front of you that you're afraid of? Absolutely. That's okay. But you've made it already. You made it through one obstacle. You can make it through the next obstacle. We're here to conquer this fear. We're here to allow ourselves to be authentic, to be real, to be of service. Okay. So please, I know fear, it's a monster. It's something that you see, you can observe it, and then let it go. Say, oh, okay, that scares me because of, what I was told as a child or what I experienced as a young adult. Okay, but I'm going to confront this fear and I'm going to move through it. If you stop and you get paralyzed and you run away from that fear, that to me is the worst thing you can possibly do within your development and within your life, within achieving things that you want to achieve. Try. Why not try? What's going to happen? What's really the worst thing that could happen? You learn and you progress. We're here to progress and evolve and conquer fear. No fear. Be brave and be powerful and courageous. That's what the spirit world want from us to work through us, but they also want us to conquer our fear so we can live a free life and feel freedom and not be a prisoner of this fear. No one's life is perfect. No one's path is void of challenges and obstacles, but use these obstacles as opportunities to learn and expand your spirit. Okay. Thank you very much. I have no idea how long that went. I will see, and maybe I'll make it a medium moment, maybe not. And I appreciate your time. Have a good day. Bye bye.